Hello, our wonderful people, and welcome again on our second chapter of how to become a better guide. This is Steven, all the way from here at our wonderful Lamalan Duty Tented Camp. And as you can see, I'm immersed in this wilderness. It's just beautiful and so peaceful. You can hear a lot of things out there. On the first chapter, as far as I remember, we ended up in skills. So in this second chapter, we're going to see several points also on how to become a better guide. As the first one is to have good working tools. A better guide has to have better tools. Okay, first, pairs of binoculars. If you're a guide and you don't have a pair of binoculars, no. You need to have a really good pair of binoculars with some great magnification for you to see in a very far distance. Something like this mine is Vortex. As you can see, guys, it's also blending. This is green. I love greens. And having a good pair of binoculars sets you apart, because sometimes guests will come over here and they don't have binoculars. Well, you can lend them your binocular, and if your binocular is in a very bad condition, basically they're gonna see you also that you're not really planned. Field guide books. Okay, you need to have a lot of field guide books by yourself. Well, field guide books, they do help in terms of if you're trying to compare a certain animal and a certain animal, or for instance, you're doing game drive and then there's something that just passed and maybe your guest had just that short glimpse of seeing that animal. Okay, you can pull up your field guide book and try show them exactly what have you seen. Okay, this includes birds, insects, trees, okay, and different types of books. Another point that you can become a better guide is by having ability to see. Doesn't mean just looking by your eyes, no. Seeing something that is ordinary and make them extraordinary, okay? Maybe you are driving or maybe you're walking. You can definitely spot stuffs, right? Not just pointing out big animals or stuff like the big trees, no, whatever. You can basically point out some small stuff that maybe your guests will never ever have an idea of seeing that thing over there. Okay, for instance, you are doing walking safaris, or maybe you're driving and then you find a place that elephants did mud wallowing over there. That's a good eye. If you can spot that, that's a good eye. Stop and make their experience even better. When you point out tracks, when you point out mud dwelling areas, or maybe you're getting to this place, or maybe you are getting under a tree when you are trying to have lunch or breakfast, as we normally do under a fig tree or maybe a big acacia tree. If you have that ability to see, you can basically spot some stuffs even on that tree and point those ones to your guest. This will create a better overall experience for your guest, like 360. Not just seeing big stuff, but our guide can actually see even small stuffs and present them to us. Knowledge. Okay, guys, we have to study as much as we can. As you know, guide is all about, you need to know history, you need to know insects, you need to know birds and everything basically, yeah? Even other country cultures. Let's say Kenya, Uganda, as that they border us. You need to know different stuffs. You need to be able to connect stuff from where you are and connect these dots to other places or other animals that are found in different places. So reading or studying is also another big way of becoming a better guide. Never relax by saying I have this knowledge right now and you say okay, I'm done. No, it's never done. It's never done. Many people out there trying their best to get to the higher levels, so you also need to study as much as you can. Another thing is try to have an idol. For instance, for me, guys, my idol is my father. Okay, he's ever excellent guide. I've ever looked up onto him, okay, on how he talks to the guests, on how he presents himself, on how he wears, like everything about him is just excellent. Okay, so you always need to look onto somebody if you have one, and if you don't, you can basically start searching for one. Look for somebody who is better, get advice from them, okay, and you become better. Never relax and say I am me by myself. No, you'll never get anywhere. Okay, being a better guide also needs these things. You need to widen up, you need to have exposure from different areas, and that will make you the best guide ever. So I think as you have enjoyed this second chapter of Becoming a Better Guide, the third chapter, we're trying to think of how we can present this in a more practical way. So cheers and have a great day.